All right, guys, so I'm here with Eric, my new trainer, my new coach. He's been in the industry for about 13 years.
Basically what he just said, this is his weight loss challenge, right? His fitness journey. My name is Eric Martinez. They call me the Kid. I've been a pro bodybuilder for the past 7 years. I've been in the fitness industry for about 13 years. Started off as a high school wrestler, evolved to a college wrestler, Division I. Won the 2014 USA Championships as a welterweight. So just to give a little background, 154 pounds, and eventually now competing in the 212 as a 212 pro. So we've put on a lot of size since then, and the plan is to keep on growing. Competed in over 5 pro shows, and the goal is to get on the 2021 Mr. Olympia.
That's sweet, man. Sweet. So you know what you're doing then, man.
I've been around the block a few times.
That's good, man. Hey, that's good, man. So you kind of want to share with them what we got going on, what I'm going to start doing, my plan and stuff like that, what it is. And
so JC's a new client that I've been working with. Obviously, before I work with anybody, I like to get an understanding of their background, where they come from, what their fitness goals are, and basically what their experience is when it comes to dieting, training, etc. Right? So I had him fill out a questionnaire. Based on the questionnaire, I was able to come up with a diet, something that's going to be simple for him to follow. My main philosophy as a trainer, lifestyle coach is, number one, obviously I can give you the world's best diet, right? But if we can't get that client to follow it, how good is that diet?
that's true.
Okay. So based on the questions that he's answered, the food groups that he likes, the things that he's already been doing on his own, I came up with something simple that's going to allow him to be manageable, something that he could follow. Okay, so that's kind of what we did with your diet.
Yeah.
Previous to working with me, he was doing a good job. He lost a lot of weight, so I got to congratulate you on that.
Thanks, man.
Unfortunately, though, most individuals don't eat enough to sustain those results or even continue that weight loss journey. So when it comes to working with JC, my main goal is to get him to eating 5 to 6 meals a day and slowly increase his calories. With that, it's going to improve his metabolism. Obviously, he's not going to be starving as much. He's going to be well fed. And my main goal with any athlete, whether you're a woman, man, a Division I athlete, or even like a pro bodybuilder, anything like that, we always want to put on muscle. Number one, it's going to yield the most results as far as your image, right, and your physique. You're going to look better, feel better. But more importantly, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is build muscle to burn body fat. Okay, so let's change the overall body composition. Okay, so again, what we start you off with is something like 4 meals or 3 meals followed by 2 shakes.
Yeah.
That's manageable, easy for him to digest, easy for him to get his meals in. He's not overwhelmed with a brand new diet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie, this weekend I tried it out and it was hard. It was hard to keep.
It's a little challenging, right? Your stomach has to get used to it, right? You might kind of feel a little bit bloated at first. I always tell everybody, especially when we're starting off a diet, allow your body to adjust the first 2 weeks before we make any changes, right?
Yeah.
And I tell people like this: let's treat your diet like a bank account, right? If you're getting paid $5,000 a month and you're spending $6,000, what's going to happen? You're going to overdraw your account, right? Yeah. Same thing if you're getting paid, $5,000 a month and you're only spending $1,000, you're going to have a surplus of what, $4,000 extra a month.
Yeah.
So again, we're treating his diet like his bank account. Number one, we're managing it, and we're seeing how much calories he's burning throughout the week, how many calories he's burning throughout the day. And then from there, we're able to make some changes to his diet. But we always allow 2 weeks, again, to allow your body to fully recompose to that diet. Okay.
So if I have that diet or what I have to eat, I can't change anything. I have to stick to that, or is there a cheat meal involved, or is there nothing, or do I just have to follow that?
So my biggest thing is like this, right? I tell people, let's stick to that diet as original as possible, okay? Obviously, that's the reason why I give 2 weeks, because I do already predict or give that window of, hey, I missed the meal, or hey, I was out at a birthday party, I had fajitas, or I had something else to eat along the menu. So it gives us that time frame to adjust and fix that. Okay. Like anything, even like a science experiment, right? Something has to remain constant at all times before we can make a change, right? Before I start changing the temperature of the environment or the heat, or vice versa, something has to remain constant. And with that, I always tell, keep your diet constant. From there, we're able to manipulate it better, and we're able to actually see what's actually working at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about alcohol? Is that the same thing with alcohol?
Again, I feel like when it comes to alcohol, it all depends on the individual's goals
Yeah.
and how committed they are, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, not everyone's a professional bodybuilder. So you do have outside lives, outside variables, and you do have to enjoy yourself, right? Mental health as well, right? And so with that being said, I think there's times and places for it, and we definitely have to make the proper choices when it comes to that. Number one, let's not drink every single day. Let's reduce the calories in our beverages when we're drinking, doing something like vodka, club soda, things like that, or again, something like just a straight shot of tequila or something like that. But we're trying to get away of the useless calories, things like beer and stuff like that, and these high sugar beverages, these Red Bull vodkas, these, again, because we're not able to do anything with that. In summary, though, we have to remember alcohol, things like that, they're useless calories. Okay, and so again, we're just adding stuff in that's again increasing our calories. Not to mention, when we do consume alcohol like that, it does reduce our body's ability to burn body fat, and it does prevent our muscle building as well. But again, if we could pick and choose when we do that, I still feel it's possible to get results within reason, and still enjoy yourself, right? Everybody's goals are going to be different. As a professional bodybuilder, unfortunately, there's no alcohol for us.
Damn.
So.
Okay. So yeah, that's how I see it. I see it as if I were to drink alcohol, let's say tonight, I feel like tomorrow is just a wasted day because I'm just burning off that alcohol.
The 100%, right? 100%, because not only did you add in those extra calories throughout the day, keep in mind too, man, like, let's talk about the effects alcohol has on our body, right? We're going to be dehydrated the next day.
Correct.
So our training's going to suffer, right? More than likely, we're going to feel like crap, excuse my language.
Yeah.
So our food cravings are going to be adjusted, right? So not only am I going to want the chicken breast, I'm not going to want the chicken breast, I'm not going to want the ground turkey, I'm not going to want the tilapia or swahi or whitefish like that. I'm going to want greasy hangover foods, if you call them, right? Fries, burgers, something like that to soak up the alcohol. Not to mention too, if we're drinking, a lot of times we're staying up late, so it creeps into our sleeping patterns, things like that. And again, it just has a negative effect the next day, okay? But again, there's a time and place for it. Obviously, weddings, birthday celebrations, or even just a time out with your wife or your girlfriend. Again, we got to remember that
You gotta earn
we're dieting. Yeah, that's one thing. We got to earn it. We're dieting, but the people around us still have to live their lives as well, and we have to accommodate them as such.
Yeah.
That's how I always feel. Like you did mention it too, we got to earn it. So if we're gonna make something like that happen, again, we can use a better choice, right? So maybe the day prior, or even the morning or the day prior to going out like that, we could burn up a little bit extra calories, do some extra workouts, maybe drop our carbs a little bit, or fats a little bit, stuff like that, because we know we're gonna be adding in extra and stuff like that.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good way to put it. What is this plan? How long is this plan gonna be?
So, what I'm doing is I'm doing a 14-week program with JC. Number one, I feel like within those 14 weeks, we're able to have a substantial amount of changes in the body. Okay, a substantial amount of weight loss. Okay, if we're looking at this realistically, what I'm shooting for is anywhere between 2 to 4 pounds a week. Okay. So if we add that up, how many weeks we're doing? 14. So now we're looking at anywhere between 20 to 25 pound weight loss. Okay, with this individual. Now again, going back to that commitment issue, we can lose even more than that depending on how committed we are. Okay, and the extra work, the extracurricular stuff that we're doing outside of the gym, and then outside of our training too. Okay.
Cardio. I didn't see cardio on the thing that you sent me. Is there a reason that you don't have cardio, or is there? I don't do cardio. I haven't done cardio. I see it as an...
Okay, so my thing is this, again, and this goes back to more of a lifestyle coach. I'm trying to build healthy habits and lifestyle changes within yourself, right? And I always give this analogy. If I asked you to run, 5 miles, could you do it? I know myself I couldn't, right? Maybe I'm pretty competitive, so I try. But if I said, hey, I want you to jog 1 lap, tomorrow I want you to jog 5 laps, etc., and I'm able to build these commitments, right, within yourself, JC, the next time I ask you to do something, are you going to do it? You're more inclined to, right? Because you're seeing the progress, you're seeing it. It's like those things you got to crawl before you can walk, right? And so again, we're slowly introducing these things. We just introduced the diet. Prior to that, he wasn't necessarily eating the things that he was supposed to be eating. So again, this has to be a gradual progress, right? And my biggest thing is I don't want to overwhelm a client. I don't want to overwhelm somebody. like yourself, right? Because you still have an outside job, you still have outside commitments, and you still have an outside lifestyle. This isn't just fitness 100%, okay? And so that's why I do it the way I do.
Okay. So before meeting up with you and everything, before all this, I was lifting more towards heavy weight. Now that with your routine and everything, is that gonna come back, or am I gonna do that, or how is that gonna, or how do you see that about? What's your input in that?
Okay, so when it comes to training, not to get too in depth with this, but when it comes to training, it's all gonna reflect on someone's individual goals, right?
Yeah.
I'm a huge advocate of heavy weight training because number one, I feel like you're gonna produce the most muscle tissue when you're training heavy. Okay. The reason why I kind of switched things in your program, it's number one, I'm trying to reprogram your entire body.
Yeah.
Right. When it comes to training, and especially with my training programs, I break it up into 3 phases. Okay. And it's pretty much, in my experience, I call it the fail-proof system to training. Right. And so what we're starting JC off with is high reps, high volume, high number of sets. Number one, okay, high number of sets because I want him to experience 6 to 7 to 8 different exercises per body part so he can master each movement, okay? I'm increasing the amount of reps within his training program because number one, right, if we're doing 15 reps, more than likely after that 10, 12, going into that 15, 20 rep range, you're gonna get that burn, you're gonna get that mind-muscle connection, you're gonna get that pump. What I'm trying to do is reprogram his body so every time he grips that weight, he's already locking into that mind-muscle connection. He knows exactly what it feels like. Okay, I remember what that's supposed to feel like. Okay. And so that's why we do the high volume, high set right off the bat. Okay. Okay. Just to develop that connection. Okay. That connection with the body part. From there, obviously we're going to move into our hypertrophic phase, and we're going to stick to the 8 to 12 rep range. Okay. Okay. Within that 8 to 12 rep range, again, that with the idea that connection is already built up. Yeah. You're gonna grow substantially during that period. You're gonna cater to the most muscle growth, and it's gonna yield the most results for that. Okay, and we're not wasting reps at that point. Yeah. Okay. Eventually, to the third phase is what I call the frequency phase. It's number one. I want to increase the amount of days that he's able to train each body part in a given month. And I feel like most people don't really look at this when they do their training programs. And they say, hey, Eric, how do I get bigger arms? Or, hey, Eric, how do I build a chest, right? And I say, okay, what's your split? Well, Monday chest, Tuesday back, etc. When you think of that logically, right, how many months or how many days or how many weeks are there in a month? 4. There's 4, right? So that means you're training 4 times. You're training your chest or your arms 4 days a week or 4 times a month. Yeah. And you expect them to grow. It's not necessarily going to happen unless you're genetically gifted, right? Or you have a strong body part in that, yeah. Okay? Now, if I say, let's train these every 3 days, right? We're increasing the amount of frequency we're touching on that body part, giving it enough time to rest and recover, and then followed by another workout 3 days later. So now, if we're breaking that whole 31 days or 30 days, depending on what month it is, we're able to get anywhere between 6 to 8 to 10 workouts per body part at that point. Okay? And so therefore, you're going to get the most development and the most muscle growth at that point. Okay.
I mentioned to them about these guys, I've never taken anything.
Okay.
Multivitamin was really the only thing I was taking, but even then, I didn't really know the full benefit to it. You told me you're a big guy on all these stuff.
Perfect. So we got to remember, right? Vitamins and minerals are essential for a lot of, I say, reactions within the body, whether that's muscle growth, weight loss, fat loss, cardiovascular health, brain function, even things like skin, hair, tissue growth, right? Technically, in theory, we're going to get a lot of these through the food groups that we're eating, right? And the best way I can describe a quality multivitamin or mineral supplement is like added insurance. I don't buy car insurance because I'm going to wreck my car, right? I buy car insurance because just in case it happens. So therefore, we're making sure that he has a clinical dose of fatty acids in the system, his vitamins and minerals, his your B vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin C, all the way down to your zinc, magnesium. So that as we are dieting, we tend to deplete carbs, deplete food, deplete calories. You're not substituting that, and that's not going out the window. You're keeping that in, and it's essential. Okay. And so that's why, again, I tell people like this, make sure we're taking our multivitamins. You're going to experience better energy, better cognitive health, obviously better, like I said, internally, right? Things like omega-3s help with cholesterol, heart function, and stuff like that, blood pressure, all this stuff that's going to help our body perform better. this is what I say like the routine maintenance, right? When you get your car oil change, you don't feel it.
Yeah.
Your car don't feel different, right? When you change your radiator fluid, you don't feel it. But what it does for your car in the long run, it's gonna run better, run longer, and you're gonna get more mileage out of your vehicle. And our body's our vehicle, right?
Yeah.
So.
Okay. This is basically the same thing, right? So this is
melatonin.
okay.
And this is something that I've struggled with over the years, and I felt like it's definitely taken my training and my physique to the next level. Not necessarily melatonin itself, but implementing some type of sleep aid.
Okay.
Right? Because we have to think of this, it's more quality than quantity. And if we can get into a deeper REM pattern when we're sleeping, obviously we're gonna have better recovery, right? We're gonna have a better night's sleep.
Yeah.
And obviously when our levels we're in that deeper REM, all of our levels get recharged.
Yeah.
Growth hormone, IGF, all that stuff, natural testosterone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So again, our bodies are able to function better. And it's something that keeps me asleep longer, especially as the diet gets harder. You know, we start cutting calories. It's hard to eat on an empty stomach sometimes, right? And that's when we get those late night cravings. So if I can get you to go to bed, we make this joke, right? Sleep is the time machine to get us back to breakfast, right? So the faster we go to sleep, we get to wake up, start the day over, and then we're able to start our meals all over again.
It's funny that you say that, because when I first started to lose those first 50 pounds that I lost in the beginning, I would sleep, but I would tell myself, I would start thinking what I was going to have for breakfast the next day.
Yeah.
That's what helped me. I was like, I'm ready for that. I'm let the next morning that this is this, I'm ready to sleep because I want that now. So it's funny that you mentioned that, because that's the mindset I had to set myself, because I would eat pretty late.
Yeah, it's true too. Again, the faster we go to sleep, the better sleep we're gonna work out. We're gonna wake up more recharged and stuff like that. And again, it's just better for the body.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I tell people.
Cool, man. Anything else you want to input? Anything you want to say to them? Anything?
My biggest thing, I want to tell people, man, when it comes to dieting, it's and you kind of see him here with this notebook. It's accountability, right?
Yeah.
You got to keep yourself accountable, and it looks like he's doing it. It's just like going to school. I can't pass a course. I can't, pass a test if I'm not taking notes, right? And if I'm not highlighting the book and stuff like that. And there's a reason for that. Because number one, you're going to retain a lot more knowledge, okay? And you're physically writing stuff down, so it translates from your hand, to your mind and stuff like that. And again, like I said, you're just holding yourself more accountable. You're being a student to whatever your goal you're pursuing, and that's the biggest way you're going to be successful, right? Otherwise, we're kind of just winging it, and it's a shot in the dark. Wait, how many meals did I eat? Or, wait, did I eat this? Did I miss a meal? Again, write everything down. It's proof in the pudding.
Yeah.
You can see, hey, you missed a meal, or hey, you ate this, etc. Hey, you're burning this many calories during your cardio and stuff like that. And it just gives everybody a blueprint to follow. Okay. That's like the biggest thing.
I'm not gonna lie, I think that's been the hardest thing for me, is the discipline. Is staying on track, keeping track of what I'm doing, I would set my mind that I would have it. I would say it's fine, I'll eat this today and it'll eat that, and I think this is why it got me to it.
For sure, man. I tell people like this, and this is something that I've experienced, so I could definitely relate to my clients now. After taking 2 years off as a professional bodybuilder, and now I'm getting back into it, discipline is like a muscle, right? And if I don't exercise my biceps, if I don't exercise my arms, are they going to grow? Are they going to get stronger? No. And so the same thing is, it's self-discipline, mental discipline. If we're exercising this every single day, our discipline is going to get greater, right? And that's what I tell all my clients, is just holding yourself accountable with that discipline and practicing it. Saying no. And it's not going to happen overnight, but it's something that you could build, and it's something that can get stronger, definitely. Yeah. So you hit it right on the nose.
Yeah. Cool, man. All right, guys. So this is going to be it right here. I'm going to end the video here. Thanks, man. Appreciate everything. I'm excited to see what's coming up. And then 14 weeks from now, let's see
what's our goal. He's going to say it here. How much weight are we going to lose?
We're going to lose 30 pounds, man.
30 pounds.
We're going to go for 30 pounds. So you guys are going to hold me accountable, and he's going to hold me accountable. So 30 pounds is the goal. If we lose more, that's awesome. So let's get to it, man.